He makes sure everything's on the car before he sends them, and the guys do a great job.
The rookie he mentioned is Rick Duman, who must be either the chief mechanic or the leader of this pit crew. But Junqueira, he knows well how to win on these ovals. And look at this, he's closer now.
Recall at Portland when they ran about 20 laps with Junqueira right on D'Amata's gearbox before D'Amata eventually won the race. Great battle between the two young Brazilians.
And Bruno has just been told that D'Amata is about to get into traffic, so stay as close as you can. Well, believe it or not, the traffic that D'Amata is about to get into is the blue players car of Tagliani. Boy, how things change when you get out of sequence on your pit stops and you lose track position.
Well, that's my question that I mentioned before the commercial break about Tagliani. He pitted just a lap before they were going green. I thought maybe the team hadn't been told, a la Dario Franchitti's problem at Motegi, Japan earlier this year. The team wasn't told that they were about to go green and they made a mistake, still having to make a final pit stop before reaching the end of this race. Now, he is trying to stay on the lead lap right now. He might have made a huge mistake, or it might have been a stroke of genius. If he has fuel and won't need a long final stop, he may be able to make up places in the pit lane.
Exactly. It's going to be a time stop, so if he's carrying more fuel, he does not stay stationary as long, but he better try and stay on this lead lap. But now remember what happened earlier on. Jan Vickers did tell us the problem with these cars, you might look like a champion out front, as Dario did earlier. As soon as you get behind traffic, you just don't have the crisp handling that you have when you run by yourself. And the top three now are covered by 0.8 of a second. First, second, and third are right one behind the other.
Takagi makes his final stop. All of the stops will be the final ones for these drivers now.
Factory-supported Toyota. Look at Bruno. Bruno is having a look all over Cristiano D'Amata, who fishtails his way out of turn two.
There's one of the great cliches of auto racing is catching is one thing, passing is another. Never more true than on this slick 1 mile oval in Chicago.
There's the interval, and Bruno has dragged Dario Franchitti with him.
One more lap.
Who still shows as he has the fastest lap of the race still in the 24-second range, 24.66.
And this battle is about to be turned over to the pit crews when these cars pit.
204, the magic number. If you go 204, you can go to the end.
Pit this lap. 4 tires of fuel.
This is it. This is the race about to unfold here. If they can make up positions in the pit lane, they can win this race.
And now they're calculating at the known fuel flow rate. How long will we have to stop? Let's stop no longer than we have to get the fuel on board we need to go the rest of the way.
And can Dario Franchitti's boys put him ahead?
Bruno, put it on the marks, buddy. Hammer the marks.
Of Bruno or Cristiano?
In front of us, Bruno. Follow D'Amata down. We're waving at you.
Jan Vickers.
And Dario Franchitti will be the first one to come to his box. Oh, and the rear tires were spinning a bit. That was 8.9. Ralph. Absolutely no changes at Cristiano D'Amata. A little trouble with the right rear. A good stop. Just about 8 seconds for Cristiano D'Amata. A blistering pit stop by his crew.
And that was just what he needed. Coming out in the order they went in. D'Amata, Junqueira, Franchitti.
Wow.
I thought Franchitti was going to get at least Junqueira, if not D'Amata, but he didn't get there.
You had 18 people over the wall working on these 3 cars, and none of them made a slight mistake. They went in and came out in exactly the same position. At the end of the run, Bruno seemed to close in on Cristiano D'Amata, but there is not a long run between here and the end.
Once again, these pictures are being brought to you live from the Honda Skycam high above Chicago Motor Speedway, the Chicago suburb of Cicero, Illinois. Big weekend here in Chicago. The Taste of Chicago Festival is going on downtown. The Cubs and the White Sox are playing on the south side. Much to do this weekend. And it is blisteringly hot. Kudos to all the fans who turned out to sit in a bright aluminum grandstand. It is an absolute microwave here at Chicago Motor Speedway. We'll be back live in a moment. live at Chicago Motor Speedway in the Kart Grand Prix of Chicago. Shinji Nakano of Japan is leading a Kart FedEx Championship Series race for the first time in his career, but he will pit in a couple of laps. Wednesday, July 10th, an all-new Big Brother is back with 12 new house guests, sharing every moment with total strangers. Cameras catch their every move 24/7, and every week one will be evicted. Watch us, watch them. Big Brother 3 premieres Wednesday, July 10th on CBS. Jan Bikas.
We just had a pit stop for Adrian Fernandez, but the important pit stop would be for his team car. Shinji Nakano will be here in 2 laps. And of course, the pressure is on. We've seen some 8.9-second pit stops by the guys at the front. That is definitely turning up the wick.
Here comes Nakano.
Factory-backed driver by Honda.
Back to Jan.
And it's worth noting that these cars do not need tires. They are obviously changing the tires only because of the kart regulations. It came down too early. It came off the airbag jacks too early. They couldn't get the front tire changed. And that's how you do it 12.1 seconds. Ralph?
Scott Dixon is in, making his pit stop. Everything goes smooth for the Target team. That one just about 9 seconds for Scott Dixon as they made no major changes.
Dixon pitting from second place, making his way back out. Just saw the car shudder right there as he got to the 85-mile-an-hour stage of the 2-stage pit lane speed limiter. Alex Tagliani now reassumes the lead, but he'll have a pit stop coming up about 19 laps from now.
Now it'll only be a short stop because he won't need that much fuel, but he now has only about a second of a cushion because there's the man in black.
Yep.
Right behind Mario Dominguez, and Bruno is all over the back of him. And Bruno, I will tell you, is hoping for a long, long run here, which he won't get because towards seemed, certainly on the last run, to be just a little skosh faster than Cristiano.
So look at the upcoming races on our CBS Auto Racing Series schedule as far as the Kart FedEx Championship Series goes. We'll also have sports cars and Trans Am action for you. Alex Tagliani, he needs a yellow flag right now.
Boy, when you have a car this good and you just have a problem in the pits, it is so, so costly. Track position. If only he didn't have to make that one last stop. There is Dario, still hangs on. Dario Franchitti's had a great run here, but the race is going to now unfold between can Tagliani pull away enough, which is extremely unlikely, or can he get a yellow, which won't allow him to lose too much time. But essentially, D'Amata is in control, although he's running second.
We'll take another break. In return, we'll have lots of green flag laps for you without commercial interruption at the end of the race. Stay with us.
CBS Auto Racing Series is sponsored by FedEx, proud sponsor of the FedEx Championship Series. Bridgestone tires, advanced technology that gives you a grip on the future. And by Eagle One Wax as you dry. There's a new way to wax. Wash car, spray on, dry off, you're done.
That's it. Final commercial break before the checkered flag here at the Kart Grand Prix of Chicago. I'm Bob Varsho along with Derek Daly, Ralph Shaheen, and Jan Bikas. Glad to have you with us on a hot and humid afternoon in Chicago.
As you watch Alex Tagliani, Dominguez in the Herdez car in the middle between he and D'Amata has been warned that he is a lapped car. But the difficulty here is he's able to stay up with Tagliani as Tracy peels off.
Final stop for the Canadian. There's Tagliani. His final stop will be coming up in about 8 laps. Behind him, Dominguez, who is 2 laps down. Working lap 228 of 250. While we have a moment, I want to say a fond farewell to Noni Hinspeter, who's been working and credentialing with Kart for some 15 years. All her friends want to say thanks and goodbye. She'll be missed.
Where's she gone?
Anywhere she wants to.
Bye, Noni. I did enjoy Noni. Meanwhile, Tagliani would like to say goodbye to D'Amata.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, literally right now, he's going to work out how much time he's going to lose and how many positions he's going to lose. Because he's at least going to drop down out of the top 5. Maybe behind Michel Jourdain, Nakano, Scott Dixon. But Tony Kanaan, we're going to show you Tony in just a second. He is absolutely flying on the racetrack.
There he is.
But you know what? It hasn't fallen his way. He was the big loser in the last round of pit stops. He lost 5 positions. But believe it or not, Tony Kanaan is the fastest man on the racetrack. He just set the fast time of 24.5. That is almost a full 1/10 of a second quicker than Dario Franchitti's car. So Tony Kanaan has everything in this car speed-wise. It just hasn't strategically worked out for this Brazilian hero. And of course, that haircut on the left side of our screen is now wrong. With the Ronaldo skinhead look.
Behind him, Adrian Fernandez. Now 9 laps down after struggling with brake problems on this oval track where brakes are so important.
Yeah, they stand very, very hard on the brakes. 193 miles an hour was the fastest we saw, which was Takagi in the Toyota in practice times. And then down to 125 miles an hour and down 2 gear changes to go around these corners. And the corners are so interesting. Half the drivers treated like a very fast road course corner, and then the other half treated like an oval track and go more of the diamond effect to it, which of course was always Michael Andretti's favorite line on oval tracks.
Great to see the Champ Cars back in Chicago. They have a long history here, going all the way back to June of 1915. Dario Resta won a 500-mile race. There was once a track located in Maywood, Illinois, 2 miles long, turns banked at 17 degrees, made out of wood. A board track. 9 million feet of 2x4s were used to build that board track at Maywood.
Tagliani, as we were on board with Bruno Junqueira. Yeah, just about to say, on his way to the pits. Now, how much time will he lose? The chances are he'll lose the best part of a lap, depending on how short a fuel run or fuel fill this is.
Yes, and I think it's just a formality, like you said, Derek. Unfortunately, he's going to lose a lot of space. They were hoping for a yellow. I don't think that he's going to be a player. No pun intended.
Get yourself ready.
In fact, he's going to go a lap down.
Hold on.
New leader Cristiano D'Amata is coming out from 4.
That was 9.1, so a good stop, but that's a lot of time.
Flashing across the start-finish line is D'Amata, diving down into turn 1.
There they go, bottom of the screen. He is now a lap down. How the bottom falls out of your day by a couple of things that happened in the pit stop, and of course, and the incident on the track when he and Paul Tracy touched and spun going into turn 1. I suppose if you spin and you get hit, you're lucky to even finish here.
And of course, it's the knock-on effect of any little mistake you make in the pit lane. It affects everything that follows.
Absolutely. And now the interest is with the Brazilian boys. Can Bruno run down Cristiano D'Amata? And up until now, D'Amata had total control of the championship only because of his performance on road courses and street tracks. He was awful on ovals until today.
And now he's threatening to take this championship by the throat. Ralph Shaheen.
Well, Bob, just because you're leading the race doesn't mean you stop looking in front of you and not worrying about the guys that are chasing you from behind. Cristiano D'Amata is very worried about Mario Dominguez just in front of him. Dominguez is really a lap down. They have been talking back and forth with the officials here of the FedEx Championship Series about trying to get a move-over flag to get Dominguez out of the way. This will probably finally get taken care of now, but this was an issue.